Alright guys, it's Blight here. I thought I'd do a very quick, basic guide for PA for people that are looking at this game and aren't sure what some of the stuff do. So we'll start at the start here. First thing you're doing is when you're picking a planet, looking at the system, you have two options, sometimes three, depending on the size of the system, of starting areas. You want to get a high metal spot or something that you can expand with, decent amounts to. Later in the game, or later in the release, they're going to be adding the ability to start on other planets, so keep that in mind. There are thousands of different starting strategies, and that's not what this is about. This is about the basics. So as you can see on the right, you got the command bar for the attack options and movement options of the unit you've got selected. At the bottom, you've got all the different kind of build options. And at the top, you've got your economy. On the left is the metal. At the top right is the energy. The little good numbers is what you're actually producing, the green ones, and in the red is what you're actually using, and on the right is the balance at the current time. So as you can see, it changes as I start building and finish things. So I just built 3 metal extractors, so you'll see my total metal I'm generating has increased. And underneath the metal, you can see that it shows my total of a cap of 1,000. So what I'm building right now is metal storage. What it'll do is increase the cap of how much metal I can sit on. So you'll see as soon as this building finishes, which is the metal storage building, that my cap of how much metal I can hold at a time increases, giving you a little more build options sometimes. And it's a massive increase with one storage unit, as you can see. So here we got the same thing, except we're doing the energy plants here. Energy gives you, I think, 600 of more produced energy per second there. So one thing to keep in mind when you're building buildings in PA, you don't need the resources up front. Everything is streamed, as you can see, hence the balance in the economy. So same idea as the metal here, this is just the other resource, energy, which is equally important. And then right here, coming up, is the same idea as what we were showing with the metal storage there, which is energy storage. What this will do is it'll increase your overall energy storage, which the number is shown underneath the energy bar, in the little gray numbers there. And you'll see as soon as this building is done, how drastically the total energy you can keep at one time increases. And right there. There's 3 types of factories in PA here. You got the vehicle factory, you got the bot factory, and you got the air factory. Bot factory obviously does bots, vehicles does vehicles, air factory does air. Starting off with the vehicle factory here. First bot there, you got the construction bot, which is your basic builder, as we'll get into right there. Next you've got the Inferno, which is basically like a meat shield. All he does is eat damage, good for turrets. This is the Skeeter, he's a little bit of a scout, quick, efficient, hassling unit. This is the AA unit, does nothing but shoot down planes, and the tank, most used vehicle, tank. Here's the bot factory built up with the normal construction bot on the left here, which we'll get to a little bit later. The next guy is the combat bot. In the fight, he can actually build mines, which you'll see here. It's good defensive traps, and as well as heal your troops on the field. Kind of handy to have around sometimes. This is the Stinger. He's an anti-air guy. He'll shoot down planes. This is the assault bot. Quick, efficient, does a little bit of damage, great in grid numbers, good hassling unit. This is a suiciding little boomer. The little spider runs in, blows up. And here's air. This is the air factory that's recently built here. They got the construction bot up here, same as the other ones. Basic construction bot we'll get into after. This is the scout. He's a little firefly. He runs around. He's super fast, dies easy, can shoot very lightly. This is the fighter, anti-air unit. Shoots down other planes, bombers, everything like that. Great little fighter. And here's the bomber. Obviously drops bombs on the enemy from the ground. Really a little bit slow. The basic construction bots give you a little bit more build options, as you can obviously see in the bottom there. One of the big things is if you've got an air construction fab, he can build the advanced air factory. If you've got a vehicle, you can build an advanced vehicle factory. So bot one can build a advanced bot factory. So they can build their own factory types, advanced versions. They also have access to more turrets. They've got the radar, they got the double laser turret there, they've got the umbrella, which shoots orbital, and they've got the Hulk, or the Pelter, which is a little bit of a long-range artillery. Coming up here, we have air factory, advanced air factory, a little bit different here. You got a little bit more build options. You got the advanced construction bike, you got the transporter, you got the gunship, the fighter, and the bomber. So here's the advanced construction fab. A little bit more build options, which we'll get into later. The next option here is the transport ship. You can see as he goes and picks up the commander what he can be used for. Not very effective at this point in the game, as you're usually using massive armies, but good for commander moving. Next we got the gunship here, which is air-to-ground fighter unit. Basically just peppers them down with bullets. The next one here is the anti-air fighter, an advanced version of the other fighter, but is better against other air, obviously. This and the last one here is the T2 bomber. It drops 3 times the amount of bombs as the first one, a lot more effective, absolutely devastating to the ground. And then the advanced bot factory, my favorite here. So first we got the advanced fabrication bots. What they can do is build more build options, build a little bit faster, and we'll get into that later. Then we got the advanced combat fabricator here. So what he'll do is he'll heal your troops a little bit faster. He can also build those mines just like the other one, but he can build them faster, and also a teleporter. Next we got the sniper bot, long range, hard hitting, slow firing. And then we've got the slammer. He's an upgraded version of the assault bot. Good numbers, quick harass unit. And the advanced vehicle factory. So, same idea as the advanced bot factory, more advanced units, and let's start them off here. So we got the advanced fabrication vehicle. More build options, we'll get into that later. Next is the Vanguard. Basically a big, fancier meat shield, can take a ton of damage, doesn't do a lot of damage, slow moving. We got the mobile sheller. What it is long range artillery, a lot of damage, slow firing, and the leveler. It's a fancier, bigger tank. Now, those basic construction bots that I was talking about before, they give you a little more build options. You got the Orbital Launcher here, is going to an orbital, we'll get into that later. You've got the radar, this is a basic radar, here's the range on it, you can see in the green. On a small moon, it covers over half of the moon, so that's a good example of that. You got the missile turret, anti-air, shoots down any planes flying over any bombers. You got the laser tower, it's a double laser tower, a little bit better than the one the commander's got, and the single laser tower, which only the commander has, but these guys can build it also. You also, right there, you also got the umbrella, it shoots down orbital units if you're ever being harassed from orbital or you just want to keep control, and the pelter, long range artillery, and that's the range of it. And last but not least, what everyone can build, obviously the wall. Basic wall, puts up like that, distracts troops, makes it shoot them. And here's the advanced ones. So, what everyone can build there is the advanced energy plants. What it does is makes about 5,000 a second as opposed to the normal 600. Here's the advanced metal extractors, can go right over top and it increases it from 7 a second to 27. So all of them can build that. And each one can build an orbital launcher. Here's the advanced radar. You can see it's just like the other radar, except it covers the whole planet, not just half. Next up, we've got the flat cannon. Think an AA, it's like the missile launcher on crack. Shoots down the T2 planes a lot better and destroys T1. AA only. You got the deep space radar, which lets you see anything in orbit. And now we have the Hulkins. It's a long range, it's like the Pelter on crack. Longer range, more damage, takes a lot more to build, but it's just devastating to anything it hits. Then you've got the Anti-Nuke Launcher, which protects from nukes anything in that range. Anything in that red circle, it'll shoot down a nuke if it comes there. The Advanced Laser Defense Turret, you know, it's a laser turret, except it's a little bit better than the rest. And the Catapult, it's a more precise, less range, but equally good damage, just more precise missiles launcher. It's our type of artillery. So you can see compared to the Hulkins, it's got shorter range, but it's more of a precise missile. It's great. And then the Nuke Launcher, which we will get into more later. Because here, as I'll show you right here, how long it takes to build nukes. Now, watch all the fabricators I'm going to put on there and watch the energy and metal usage. Nukes take a very long time to build, but they are basically a game winner, or a game changer, at least. So, I'll show you exactly what a nuke does at the end of this video, but as you can see, look how much it's eating my energy and metal and how slow it is to build. So let's take that army, one of everything there that moving around, so I'll show you. You get the basic move, just right click, get the move option. Here's the attack, the attack button. If you've got it queued up for hockey, you click and move, it'll kill everything on the walk. There's patrol. What they'll do is they'll walk and patrol, and obviously fight anything that comes within the patrol line. So one thing that PA has that most games do not is these area commands. I'm going to show you how to use these. So instead of just doing an attack walk, you can actually put an area for all your troops to go in and destroy any enemies in that area. See the red circle? That'd be anything there, that's what they're going to fight. You can do the same thing with patrol. So I can put them on that patrol, and you'll see after they hit that first command, because I have it queued up, they'll start patrolling that area. You can see by the flyers, they just start doing circles. Now you can make these any size you want. So I'm going to show you an example here of what I mean. Watch as I do the whole planet. Kill every planet, or every enemy on the planet. Go for it. Patrol. Fly over the whole planet and just patrol the whole planet. Very useful for flyer units, as you can see. They'll just go and find everything. Now flipping back to that orbital launcher. Orbital is a huge part of this game as you are fighting for control of planets, and some of these systems have many planets, and you know, domination is key. So here's the first unit that you can build. There's the orbital, you've got the pickup, you've got the fighter, and the radar. So the radar, obviously, it's a big fancy radar in orbit. Basically gives you radar of the planet, as you can see, but there's no enemies. So the next one's the transport, lets you go from planet to planet. So I'll pick up my commander here, and as soon as he's picked up, I'll send him to another planet. Then we've got the fighter, and it's basically an AA unit, fights other orbital units, good for getting control of the orbit so you can land a transporter or an Orbital Fabrication Bot, which is the next unit here. He has a couple build options. You can build teleporters on the planet you're hovering over, so you can teleport ground troops from this planet to another one. It's got the defense anchor it can build. You build that, and it's basically a fighter on crack. Will shoot down everything. It's a fancy turret. You got the death from above and the energy. Some of the orbital is still sketchy in this game, as it's still in gamma phase. So keep that in mind when you're playing with orbital. So we've got the transport there with my commander. I'm going to send my commander to the other planet here, and you'll see that's the orbital path, so he's got to fly there, and we'll get to that when he gets there. And there he is. So he is landing right now. I've skipped ahead because no one wants to wait for that, and there he is. So I can actually drop him from this to this new planet and start building another base. So that's of course you wouldn't want to send your commander if you know there's an enemy there, but that is invasion right there. Now I'm taking control of a second planet. So this leads us to our next option here, the pop-up window. So you can see I've got two windows open here. You have full control in both. It's two screens. So I'm on my main planet with the main one, and I'm on the extra planet with my other one. I can control stuff in both. This is a new feature they added, which is fantastic. You can doesn't have to be on a different planet. You can open up the pop-up and you can move it anywhere. Zoom it out, you can see the orbital, you can bring it back to the original planet and watch maybe two sides of the planet, or be looking at the same thing and control it that way if that's how you want to do it. So you'll see I'll do some things on this planet with full control, just do the little menu, and I can bring my mouse back over here and keep stuff going on this planet. Very, very handy, nice little feature, something you really want to get used to using. And here's the nukes. Something about nukes, it's a game winner, but you can shoot it through the pop-up window. So you can see where I'm aiming with the pop-up window, and that's where I'm going to target, and I'm going to show you exactly what nukes do. They take a long time to build, but they are totally worth it. And if they don't have anti-nuke launchers up, which this base does not, you'll see the full effect of a nuke. And that's a nuke. And going from there, we're going to touch on the last thing here. When you're killing a commander, keep in mind it does blow up like a nuke. Some people, especially in multiplayer games, if there's many people, might suicide their commander if it's going to lose it. So keep that in mind, guys. And that's been Blight. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come play with us. Adam needs to learn. You guys need to teach him.